Not that I'm saying Johnny Somali is back, but in this thumbnail, it looked like Johnny Somali was back, okay? I don't think so. There's no way, right? There's no way. Anyways, our boy, Decoy Voice, got another video for us, man. Got another video for us, bro. It's called "What Should His Punishment Be?" This gotta be this gotta be about Johnny Somali, right? This gotta be about Johnny Somali.
In Tokyo, Japan, the Apple Store can just leave out devices worth thousands of dollars. Meanwhile, in America,
that's
stores
normal?
have to lock up $2.
Wait, isn't that normal in America also? Like they also have that at Apple Store, right?
Meanwhile, in America,
oh, you know what?
devices.
Oh, it's not security attached. It doesn't have that like attachment. Oh, I get it. Okay, they're saying that they just leave it out like no attachment. I got
thousands of dollars.
Okay.
Meanwhile, in America, stores have to lock up $2 snacks behind secured plexiglass.
Yep.
But unfortunately for Japan, we made
you found out Japan has grocery stores with no cashiers and no security, so now all your groceries are free.
be exporting our culture of degeneracy.
No way,
Stealing
right?
noodles from a convenience store is pretty much the
That
lowest
can't
level
be
of crime
serious,
that can be
right?
committed. But what would you say his punishment should be? Because I legitimately think he needs to receive a 1 million yen fine, 1 year in prison, then immediately be deported from the country at his own expense, as the court system traditionally would see this as petty theft.
Okay, this has always been my thing. Okay, if you are a foreigner, okay, and I know this is gonna sound heavy-handed, but I really believe in the idea that if you're heavy-handed, you will pretty much scare anyone from doing anything like this again, right? So like, if you're a foreigner and you enter a country and pull some shit like this, I really think the punishment needs to be heavy-handed, even if it's too heavy-handed. And what I mean is like this: you hit this man with like a 1 year jail sentence in Japan, okay? Boom, boom. Just like that, 1 year jail sentence, like he said, fine him a bunch of money, and then make sure that he pays for his way back and that he's banned from the country permanently, right? You know what I'm saying? Okay, and you do this, okay, because this will make it so that anybody who steps into that country will never think about doing that again. Okay, and I say this specifically because you guys know how in like Russia and like other places, if you have even like a little like milligram of weed, that's all they need as an excuse to put you in jail for like a while. Like, right, that's literally what happened to Brittany Griner, right? She was caught with weed in Russia and they just jailed her ass forever, right? And so guess what? Anyone who goes to Russia, they are not gonna play that game. They're not gonna play that game. So you just gotta do it one time. Set an example one time, and I think you'll be okay. I really think you'll be okay. I'll go out for a little bit. Enjoy your scene. I hope you get better. I'll send you the ideas later. All right, Beth. You have a good night. You have a good night. I'll catch you. Yeah, that's like a Fortnite right now. Suing someone 200K for cheating. Hope exactly. It's like when they find hackers and cheaters. That way, that like it's so heavy-handed, no one's ever willing to do it again.
But I personally believe the recording, broadcasting, and encouragement of this behavior should be treated as a drastically different crime.
It should be worse.
Creating a high-trust society in a city large as Tokyo is incredibly difficult, if not impossible, in this era. And for somebody with a $1,000 smartphone to steal $7 of food for nothing more than social media clout needs to be made an example out of. As the American mind...
True, but... Okay, all I'm saying is that did this guy actually steal, or is he just doing it for the video?
And can't comprehend
right, like did he
the
actually
concept of Tokyo's Apple Store.
Or did he pay for it and act like he stole?
Displayed aren't attached to any security device. You can literally pick them up and examine them without any restrictions. And this doesn't just apply to iPhones, but the other things in the store like headphones. Like I could totally just pretend these are mine and walk out, which is crazy. Even their most expensive devices.
I don't know if this is true, and I say this because I know in America, like those phones are not real phones. So like they don't actually work as like you would think they would work, like they're real iPhones and stuff. I don't know if it's like they don't have. Holy shit, Tune Down. Yo, but Tune Down, I've never met you in my life. I don't know who you are. I don't know why you chose me, but W fucking Tune Down. Tune Down. Thank you so much for the fucking raid, my guy. Holy shit. Hey, yo! Have you subbed and liked the video? Well, make sure you do that. All right. Enjoy the rest of it. These iPads and even the iPhones and stuff, they do not like, even if you stole them, they don't work afterwards. So they don't actually work like real phones or real like iMacs and stuff. So like there's actually no reason to steal them at all.
iPads and MacBook
Unless you
Pros
sell
are
the parts. Unless you sell the parts.
only connected to one thing, which is the charging cable. So you can literally just unplug the devices
And walk
pick
out.
them up as you please. The absence of security just goes to show how much trust and honesty is part of the Japanese culture and society.
True.
And although this is obviously ideal, there are certain countries I won't name that I just don't see this being
America!
possible.
It was even shocking to the original poster who lives in Japan, but the replies highlight how their local CVS locks up candy. How in America, you need an employee to retrieve the
True.
deodorant. And in
You know
Walmart,
what?
the
You know what?
toothpaste
You
is
know
a-
what is like the number one most stolen stuff? I don't know if it's number one, but it's one of the top most stolen things in like grocery trains and stuff. It's like women's products. So like you go to like lipstick section and like all that section, it's all locked up. It's all locked up. They even have their own separate register, bro. It's that bad.
Secured by a lock and key. But as TikTok is a global social media platform, some people didn't understand these comments. But to put it simply, liberal cities
Damn.
basically decriminalize stealing from
Damn.
stores. So places like CVS Pharmacy are forced to lock up nearly everything.
Everything,
Or
yup.
even $2 drinks are only accessible by employees. But that doesn't stop the culture of protecting criminals, as they boldly steal in front of employees.
Bro,
As
this is crazy, dude. This is crazy. They got the guy to unlock the cabinet for alcohol, and then they just started stealing in front of the guy, bro. Wouldn't you be surprised if guns was the only thing not locked up?
Putting something behind a case doesn't change the fact that stealing things sees nearly zero
America's not that bad,
consequences.
okay?
And
Okay?
it's not exclusive to CVS, as everywhere thieves casually take
Yup.
whatever they like.
It's
while
because like there's like a
employees-
rule, right? I think there's a rule in America where like they can't chase you out or some shit. And then like I think people are starting to realize that you could just steal and like no one really cares enough to stop you. So it's like, well, no one. It's almost like the only thing stopping you is almost just you. So like I think people like feel really emboldened to just do it. You know what I mean?
look on helplessly. And coming full circle, they snap through security
Like
cables
this guy.
in American Apple
This guy
stores,
doing this
casually
for
waltzing by
nothing, bro,
police
'cause, like, these
vehicles
phones don't
waiting
even work.
outside. But what's worse is all these
Yup.
devices are useless when stolen from stores.
Exactly.
And that's why when an American Chinese girl that lives in Tokyo finds it fascinating when an Apple store can just leave out their $1,000 devices unsecured in the open. As low trust societies are essentially the default in this day and age, but sadly it doesn't have to be this way. As in Tokyo, these Famima stores sit there unattended 24 hours a
That's
day.
crazy.
With 0 employees, customers are just trusted to pick out whatever they want, then ring themselves up at these self-service counters.
Bro,
But
W.
unfortunately for us, that Famima I used to go to in Los Angeles had closed. And
Did
the
they do that
Japanese
too?
company actually shut down all their stores back in 2015 to focus on Asia. So I wonder what the real reason was and why they
I didn't even know these things existed, bro. I was there's no way this is existing in America. There's no
decided
way.
to deport the states.
There's no
As I
way.
remember the Famimas both in Culver City and Santa Monica constantly being busy, but for some
Also, how does a
unknown
Famima
reason,
have a 4
they
out of
still
5?
couldn't turn a profit. As
You know what I mean?
self-checkout
How does
system-
how do you even have a 4 out of 5 when no one's working there, bro? It's just you. Like does that what? Self-service who got those stores, but it just automatically looks what you take in charge of. You don't gotta beep. Yeah, I think that's what a lot of the Amazon stuff is, right? Like it just knows what you got and then you can just walk out, but like you can't trick the system, right? Like so you're charged.
system simply can't
Which is like
exist
some
in
magic.
American liberal cities, even though they operate twice as fast with a tiny fraction of the labor costs. Apparently, 15% of people openly admit to stealing at them, which in
Ooh.
reality is likely double that, as
True.
self-checkouts everywhere had to close down due to theft.
Dude,
So
this is exactly why you can't have nice things, bro. Isn't that crazy? They opened up self-checkout in like Targets and Walmarts and like it just made everything so much better because you didn't have to wait on people. They didn't have to hire staff. You just go there and do it, right? They hired one person to be like, yeah, that one's ready. You have cash or card? Card? Yeah, okay, that one takes card. You have cash? Here, you anyone have cash? Okay, you go on the next one, right? But they started shutting down all the ones in Walmart because they realized people were just going there and stealing, like purposely not ringing shit up, right? All right. So like because of that, they shut it all down, and now the whole thing is shut down at the Walmart I go to, right? And then so the whole thing is shut down, but they still have all the technology there, but like no one's allowed to use any of it. It's crazy, bro. It's so crazy, bro. Maybe because there's no one ruining that they have a 4 out of 5. Oh, true, actually. That's a good point.
self-checkouts are the new shopping carts in the street. As 10 years ago, you could always see if you were in a bad part of the city if you randomly saw shopping carts in the streets, residential areas, or anywhere they don't belong. But now, you can actually gauge your safety based on if the grocery store still has their self-checkout lanes. Because they're beneficial for the companies, convenient for the customers, but only if it's located in a high-trust society.
True.
As sadly, the concept of a cashierless store existed back in 2016, but could never get off the ground in America due to our inability to be law-abiding citizens. And now it appears we may be exporting that culture of criminality to Japan.
Dude, what?
Videotaping this crime spree
Bro,
is
I'm
the
telling
best
you.
idea we ever had.
What?
And
the-
again.
This can't be real, right?
And now it appears we may be America due to
This
our
can't be
inability to
real.
be
Like,
law-abiding
this person's got to be
citizens.
rage
And
baiting.
now it appears
You know what I mean? Like, this person has to be rage baiting. There's no way this is serious.
we may be exporting that culture
like,
of
what are the
criminality
chances?
to Japan.
That he actually didn't pay for any of this. You know what? Like, what are the chances he didn't pay for any of this?
Videotaping this crime spree is the best idea we ever had.
And again, stealing cereal, noodles, and eggs doesn't seem like a huge deal, but he's not robbing Japan of a meal.
Yeah,
He's
it's robbing everyone of that convenience, right? Because if it's like, okay, like if one person does it and flexes it, and like let's say it's real or not. So the issue is that he posted this, right? But like, if one person does it and flexes it, everyone's gonna be like, wait, what the hell? I'm not trying to pay. Like, you know what? Like, this guy gets away with it, whatever. And so more people start doing it, like trickling, and then more people start doing it, and then a lot of people start doing it, and at one point it becomes unsustainable, right? Because there is a threshold for every company to whether like the amount of stealing that they're going to allow before they have to cut all of it off, right? And so like, maybe like it's like 10%. They're like, okay, fine, we can live with 10% with like everything, right? But then if like it becomes like 40% of profits lost due to theft, they're gonna have to shut it all down, and then everyone loses. GG's.
robbing them of trust. As a quiet town of villagers can all leave their doors unlocked no matter what the city size, but all it takes to end the illusion of safety is one shady person stealing stuff that isn't theirs. So Japan can make all these advancements in technology, reducing overhead costs and providing a cheaper and more efficient shopping experience. But one idiot making a TikTok can reverse all of that, as the social media algorithms are programmed to create copycats. As whenever low-trust societies encounter high-trust societies, idiots online take it upon themselves.
It's kind of crazy that the culture of golf and skiing are just leave your thousands of dollars of equipment wherever it'll be fine. Holy shit. This is so fucking true. If you guys have ever gone skiing, oh my god, like outside all these like cabins looking things, it is literally just stacks of these kind of stuff. And anybody knows skis, snowboards, boots, all that shit. There's usually not boots there. Let me take that back. But skis and snowboards, that shit is expensive. And if you really wanted to come up, like that would be the place to come up, right? All my skis have been rented. Yeah, but to a thief, does that matter? You know what I'm saying? Like, and you're not. Me too. When I go up there, I usually have like a rent. I don't own a snowboard, right? But like, you know, does a thief care? Nah, they just take that. They're selling it.
To ruin it for everybody. And these aren't just hypothetical claims either, as these guys apparently saw an emergency sled unattended, then thought it would be funny to just take it. So it's not a race issue, it's a culture issue. As we don't divide people by color, it's just the takers versus the
It is a culture
makers.
thing. It is a
and
culture
the
thing.
makers can never make something that moves us forward if the takers aren't quickly taken care of. As I think of those little Japanese
you know what
delivery
I'm saying,
robots
W.
autonomously
What up, Miss Alanya? Welcome to the stream.
delivering food so humans don't have to. Other cultures seem eager to assist
Oh, I've
them
seen
in
this!
accomplishing
And then
their
our culture,
task,
like, kicks
as
it over.
automation eliminates mundane jobs like delivery or cashiers.
Yeah.
But in America,
Yeah.
people just see it as another opportunity to take.
steal!
I know it sounds
Yeah.
hyperbolic, but these idiots are actually holding back humanity.
It is
as
what it
imagine
is,
if
bro.
America was a high-trust society. Back in 2016, we would have had cashierless.
I think it's easy to say this, right? This might be a hot take, right? I think it's easy to sit there and be like, ugh, look at these ignorant Americans, these stupid Americans ruining their own culture. But I feel like the better question is to ask, like, why do these people feel compelled to have to do this kind of stuff, right? Like, I don't think people are just stealing for fun. And I think at some point it's just like, oh yeah, bro, like, life is trash. I'm not gonna lie, America is not capitalism, baby. Which shit's not the greatest here, bro. And, inflation, all this shit, it's getting bad, right? And not just in America, in the world, it's just getting bad. And so, like, they're desperate enough to be like, bro, I'm gonna steal because, like, bro, I can save a couple dollars, and those couple dollars can help me, like, it can help me a long way, right? But, like, obviously, it's different if, like, they're all, like, there's a bunch of just drug addicts or whatever just doing this, right? But, like, I think there's question there. But, yeah, I think the culture is a low-key low fuck here. There's too much individualism here. But that's also kind of what makes America great is the individualism. So it's kind of tough.
Stores.
It's kind of tough.
Nearly a decade
Not
later
gonna lie.
to today, I could only think of the new conveniences they could have developed in the retail world. But instead, they had to revert back to cashiers and increase security like the Wild West. Because what? American Democrats decided to side with the takers over the makers. And that's why I think Japan needs to come down hard on that convenience store crook, as that social media post will multiply your problems. As remember when JonnTsai
But is that? I just don't know if it's real. You can never tell if it's actually real, right?
started
It seemed
messing with
rage baiting to
Japan
me.
for internet
Seemed rage
clout.
baiting to me.
They arrested him, but quickly let him go with just a slap on
Yeah.
the wrist. And now they
But
got
Korea got him.
copycats all across their country doing similar nonsense. Compared to when Johnny tried to do the same stuff in South Korea, their citizens started to beat him
Yup, they
whenever
got
he
his
live
ass.
streamed, until he was finally arrested, being charged with multiple serious crimes.
But where
As
is he
apparently
now?
They took his passport, so he can't leave. They
Damn.
took his phone, so he can't stream, making him unable to make any money until his court date, which is 4 months away. So I seriously doubt South Korea is going to see any nuisance streamers coming to
True.
their country. As
See,
the
this is
justice
exactly what I mean. You gotta come down hard. You gotta come down hard.
system isn't so much for rehabilitating criminals as much as it's for discouraging future crimes. And the only thing that would go more viral than that guy stealing snacks from Japan is him getting a 60-year prison sentence over stealing snacks from Japan, as people would probably start paying for stuff they didn't take just to be safe. So if you appreciate my concise, light order commentary on the tragic status that is today's reality, hopefully I've earned your subscription, then go check out the video on how Japan is finally securing their subways.
Yo, what is this? Japan finally finds something. We might have to watch that another day, bro. I'm actually interested in this video. I didn't know that there was another Johnny Somali out here doing crazy stuff in Japan. Like, bruh, Japan's gotta come down hard, bro. Yo, people are, I'm telling you right now, you just gotta come down hard once or twice if you really have to do it. Because once people start to realize, oh, they're not playing games, they're gonna stop doing it, bro. That's all you had to do. Just scare them into not doing it anymore, okay? Just scare them into not doing it anymore. Now you gotta watch Beast Games cause Raid. Oh my god, we have to watch Beast Games, bro. Fuck. Oh god.